Welcome to Drum TV for the week of May 25th. We begin with the Memorial Day observance on post. Hundreds turned out to remember those who have died in our nation's service. Emergency Medical Services Fair, a place to show how civilian and military responders team up to answer that 911 call. And look who needs a new home this week. All that and more. You're watching Drum TV.
You're watching Drum TV, your source for news and information about our soldiers, their families, and what's important to them, both here at Fort Drum, New York, and overseas.
Memorial Day, a time to remember those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. A day to remind each other as a nation, these military members are due a debt of gratitude. Back in 1966, President Lyndon Johnson declared Waterloo, New York as the original birthplace of Memorial Day. Now, a new beginning for Memorial Park opening to a solemn observance, honoring those who have died.
Welcome to today's Fallen Heroes Memorial Ceremony. Today we will honor our Fort Drum and 10th Mountain soldiers who have given their lives in past conflicts, and most recently, the global war on terrorism. These warriors may be gone, but we are here today to ensure that they are never forgotten. Today we pay special tribute by celebrating the opening of our new Memorial Park here at Fort Drum. This beautiful park is a proud reminder of all who have served and paid the ultimate sacrifice in defense of the freedoms we enjoy every day.
General and Mrs. Oates, honored guests, veterans and friends, brave and worthy soldiers of the 10th Mountain Division Light, good morning. Correspondent Ernie Pyle, writing about our war in Italy, wrote that standing in the presence of brave men was very humbling. We can add that standing in the presence of the monuments and memorials that commemorate their deed is also very humbling, an emotion that certainly many of us this morning probably share. The dictionary defines hero as a man noted for courage, for nobility of purpose, especially one who has risked or sacrificed his life.
The World War II veterans of the 10th Mountain Division and the members of the 10th Mountain Division Association who had the vision for this park from the outset and provided the resources to make it come to life. I'd like to thank Sergeant Major Steve Travers for planning and supervising the ceremony, Manan McCann and the protocol staff for making this come together and getting us all organized, our contractor partner Purcell Construction, Slocum Development, and Land Pro, and the outstanding employees of our Director of Public Works who slaved overtime to make this site available and ready on time. And Chief, you and the band lend a really special air of honor to this ceremony today. Thank you very much for your participation. Ladies and gentlemen, there's two reasons why we gather for Memorial Day, and it's not to sell mattresses and cars. We gather to recognize, acknowledge, and honor the men and women who have given all they have in defense of our country. There is no way we can repay their sacrifice, but it is right and just for us to honor and remember them. Every name of the fallen is a person with family and dreams. They're the 19-year-old private in his first combat action whose death leaves his parents and his grandparents shattered. It leaves his friends from high school who went to college or work, measuring their lives against the enormity of his sacrifice for the rest of us. They are the 24-year-old lieutenant with a brand new career and a brand new spouse. Their whole life lies ahead of them, and the confusion and fear about what to do now that he is gone. And they're the 35-year-old platoon sergeant that has been leading soldiers his whole life and wonders if his body will survive the punishment that daily life in the Army exacts. His wife and 2 children have lost a best friend, a provider, and their personal hero. We rededicate ourselves, the living, to take up where they left off and take our place on the perimeter to defend our country. And we also should make every effort to assist the families of the fallen, to recognize that their sacrifice has not been in vain. This park recognizes the sacrifice of the 10th Mountain Division soldiers and others from Fort Drum who have given their lives for us. It will be a place we meet frequently to remember them and to honor future sacrifices. It's a great symbol of those who led the way in World War II through time to today. And I would ask the family members that are present here of our fallen heroes, if you would stand and please let us recognize you. You can rest assured that although they are gone, we will assure that they are never forgotten. Thanks for attending today and taking the time to reflect on the sacrifices that our soldiers are making for us every day in this global war on terrorism. God bless the 10th Mountain Division and the United States of America. Climb to glory.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please stand as we render military honors for the fallen soldiers of the 10th Mountain Division and Fort Drum, heroes that have given their lives for the just cause of freedom, and please remain standing for the benediction. Ladies and gentlemen, please pray with me and join me in a moment of silence afterwards. Lord, as we depart from here, our world is in a mess in some places. People who do not understand us rant against us and wish for our downfall. Yet today, we stand proud of what we see and what we have heard. The legacy of what these warriors did reminds us all
that we are not bullies nor conquerors, but citizens of a free nation, blessed by God and conscious of our responsibilities. We celebrate these soldiers, their way of life, their moral courage, and thank them for the foundation they have laid for us. We leave here stronger people, understanding that the price of freedom is often costly, yet we leave here with a sense of peace, realizing that men and women of this caliber continue to serve today, standing on the shoulders of those who went before them. May you continue to bless us, God, our country with favor, and may we continue to display justice and mercy to others as we trust in you. Amen.
There are several ways you can observe Memorial Day. Military experts suggest any of the following. Visit a cemetery and place flags or flowers on the graves of our fallen heroes. Visit a memorial. Fly the U.S. flag at half-staff until noon. Participate in a national moment of silence at 3 p.m. on Memorial Day. A note of interest, several southern states observe a completely separate day to honor those who died fighting for the Confederacy. The Department of Defense announced that 3 more 10th Mountain Division soldiers were killed in Iraq this past week supporting Iraqi freedom. 23-year-old Stephen Packer of Clovis, California. He died from injuries sustained from a roadside bomb. He served with the 2nd Battalion, 14th Infantry Regiment, 2nd Brigade Combat Team. He is survived by his mother and stepfather. And 22-year-old Sergeant Justin Wisniewski of Standish, Michigan. He was killed while searching for 3 missing soldiers from a sister 2nd Brigade Combat Team battalion. He is survived by his parents and a brother. And 23-year-old Sergeant Jason Schumann of Hawley, Minnesota. He died from wounds following an explosion from an IED near his vehicle. He was with the 3rd Squadron, 89th Cavalry Regiment, 4th Brigade Combat Team, 10th Mountain Division, based out of Fort Polk. He is survived by his wife, son, and parents.
Sure, they're juicy and delicious. But did you know fruits like melon and mango are packed with vitamin A to help you see better? Eating fruit can also help make your teeth, skin, and hair healthy and strong. Can your food do that? Run, throw, think, eat better. Find out more at smallstep.gov.
When I found out my jeans were made using child labor in sweatshops, I wrote a letter to the company saying, reconsider your labor practices. A few months later, I get a letter back saying, thanks for being a loyal customer, and they included a coupon for a 25% discount on their jeans. So I got smart, wrote letters every day to all the stores that carry the brand, asking them to stop supporting the companies who use child labor in sweatshops. And I just kept getting letters back, thanking me for my concerns, and more coupons for more discounts on more jeans. So I'm telling my friend about it, and she flips out, saying that between all the letters and coupons, some paper company cut down a small forest, driving off 2 indigenous tribes, hundreds of endangered animals, killing thousands of plant species, some of which may have contained vaccines for HIV, cancer, and syphilis. Meanwhile, the guys cutting down the trees are 13-year-old kids who will work night and day for months just to save up enough money to buy a pair of jeans made by child labor in sweatshops.
In the classroom, I turn my head over this way, and there's a gangbanger looking at me, mad dog me throwing signs up under the table. I feel real scared for my life.
And during that time, I wouldn't go to school. My mom would tell me, like, what are you doing for yourself? You're not doing nothing. She encouraged me to go back to school.
My neighborhood is a dangerous place. What's pushed me to graduate is my mother walking down the aisle, hearing her scream for me.
I want to graduate from my mom. She watched the distance yell at me, you got to graduate, you got to get out of high school so you can get your diploma.
And I'm going to make it, and I'm going to be somebody in life.
You want to fight childhood asthma? Fight it with a bear. Fight it with a duck. Fight it with a wrench. Toss Teddy in the freezer to wipe out dust mites. Dry off bath toys and fix leaks to keep mold away. Discover other simple ways to prevent an asthma attack. Call 1-866-NO-ATTACKS or visit noattacks.org. Because no child should feel like a fish out of water.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
I'm tall enough to reach the light switches. I'm big enough to brush my teeth by myself. I'm the tallest kid in my class. I haven't worn diapers in years. I'm much less likely to vomit at random now. My cups don't have lids anymore. Mine either. I'm getting pretty big. But to help me survive a car crash, I still need you to give me a boost.
Until they're 4'9", use a booster seat in the car and don't let them down.
New York State Governor Eliot Spitzer visited Fort Drum. He spent time with the Aviation Brigade soldiers from New York. The group sat down, shared lunch, and talked about their mission.
And we pray for those soldiers and hope that there is an affirmative result. And we respect every soldier for the risk that he or she burdens and shoulders every day going into combat. And we understand that these are the horrors that we deal with. And so we just wait and we pray.
Spitzer also made time to meet with those working closely to resolve the housing shortage issue. Drive down Gasoline Alley and you will soon get that stop-go feeling. New traffic lights have been installed at the intersection of Ontario and 4th Street East and at intersection of Chapel Drive and North Riva Ridge Loop. The new signals were installed to help with traffic flow and provide turn lanes along with pedestrian crossing. Starting May 29th, the lights will flash yellow-red, then 2 weeks later, they will be fully operational. In the commando area of operation, soldiers are taking a back seat to the Iraqi Army and National Police. PFC John Kano shows us how the 1st Squadron 89th Cavalry Regiment is ensuring Iraqis are in the lead when it comes to the safety of their country.
The soldiers of 1st Platoon, Charlie Troop 189, have recently transitioned back to their old sector in Radwaniyah, Iraq, coming back from Task Force Vigilant as part of security for the Victory Base complex.
I really enjoy being back with the Crazy Horse Chain of Command and our old sector, and I look forward to some of the changes that are coming up. And it's just good to be back doing something that you feel like you're good at and kind of in your niche.
1st Platoon patrols the area of Radwaniyah on a daily basis, each time with the Iraqi National Police. Together, they talk with the citizens and provide a military presence. Their goal is to get the Iraqis familiar with the National Police and vice versa.
We took members of the National Police out with us today on a joint patrol for 2 reasons. The first is so that we can continue to train them, and the second is so that also we can help legitimize them to the rest of the population. If they see them out with us on a daily basis operating in RAO, then when it's time for us to leave or when we hand that over to them, then hopefully they take some of our credibility and the local nationals will attribute that to them.
Charlie Troop 189 will continue to support the Iraqi National Police as they work hard to establish themselves as a legitimate security force in Iraq. Reporting for the 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 10th Mountain Division, this is Private First Class John Kano from Radwaniyah, Iraq.
A reminder that the public broadcast documentary The Last Ridge will air this weekend. A historical look back at the 10th Mountain Division shows producer Abby Keeley talks about how the 10th changed history.
You know, the thing that I found amazing about doing this particular project was that I am sure that the vets in 1945 could not have dreamed that somebody 60 years later, a descendant, was going to come through and make a film that not only honors them, but is really intent upon, you know, carrying the tradition and the legacy on. And I am sure that there is some descendant out there, either born or waiting to be born, that will be taking your story to the next level.
If you missed the broadcast, a DVD copy of The Last Ridge can be purchased at the Heritage Center gift shop. When you hear a siren or see flashing emergency lights, know that those responding to that 911 call are there to help you. The Emergency Medical Service Fair gives us all an opportunity to see what it takes, manpower and equipment to save your life.
There's over 700 medics assigned to the division. Our medics are required to be emergency medical technician. They're nationally certified as emergency medical technicians, so that gives us a direct correlation with the civilian world, because all civilian EMTs are also nationally certified. What we want to show here is the civil-military cooperation if there is a disaster or some sort of incident. This is really pretty much incident preparedness for the area.
When we come back, a different kind of call for help.
What's that? Check it out, Dave. What do you got there, Dave?
Looks like someone's thunder thighs.
They must have lost them playing in the snow with their kids. Let's get back to work.
200 years ago, Lewis and Clark set out to discover an all-water route to the Pacific. But what they really discovered in themselves and everyone they encountered are qualities we can still learn from today. As we commemorate the Lewis and Clark bicentennial, we invite you to walk with them at lewisandclark200.org and see what you discover, because their trail winds through us all.
So nice out here.
Yeah, I used to come out here when I was a kid. Nothing.
No, I definitely heard something.
Look! Who's that?
Let's get out of here! What are you doing? Start the door!
Okay, okay. He does? I say! Come on, baby!
Think history is a little scary? Then log on to LOC.gov and see how much fun it can be. The Library of Congress at LOC.gov.
Listen up, Energy Hogs. We got a real porker of a house here. Get in there and waste some energy.
There's no insulation, boss. It's hog heaven.
Leaky windows, too. This is gonna be a breeze. Perfect. Go wild and waste some wattage.
All this hot water for just one pair of pants. My kind of place.
Wow! This thing's so old it's gonna take me hours to get dry.
Keep wasting. They'll never know what hit them till they get the energy bill.
What the? Boss, they're home, and they've got energy-efficient bulbs. Ah!
You've got the power to get rid of energy hogs. You can help your parents add insulation, put in Energy Star appliances, and lots of other things to make your home hog-free. Find out how at energyhog.org and play fun games, too.
Oh, retreat! Retreat!
Go to energyhog.org and get the energy hogs out of your home.
Hey, wait for me!
One day, you were simply struggling to be a dad. The next, you're coping with a diagnosis of childhood cancer. CureSearch.org can help. It's run by doctors and scientists whose research has led to an overall cure rate of 78%. You're not as alone as you feel.
Now specialist Luke Allen with this week's Adopt a Pet segment. Luke?
As we told you last week, Drum TV has teamed up with the Fort Drum Veterinary Clinic to help find homes for the resident dogs and cats. Joanna introduces us to some special pets wanting a new home. Joanna?
Thanks, Luke. Today we have Cornelius with us. He's about an 8-month-old tiger domestic short hair. He is male. He's not neutered yet, but he came to us as a stray. He's available Monday, the 28th of May. He's good around the dogs. He's a little skittish, but he doesn't hiss at them. He is still kitten, so he's going to grow up just a little bit bigger, but right now he's a big cuddler. He rolls on his back so you can rub his stomach. It's a whole 9 yards. He thinks he's part dog, I think. He's just a really good cat, and we did along with children, other cats, other dogs. He'd be a great addition to any family. We have Coda here. It's short for Coda Bear because he's just such a large cat. He has a domestic long hair. He's probably about a year just because of his huge size, but he's a good cat. He's good around the other cats. Dogs he's a little leery about, but I mean, with a little time and patience, I'm sure he'd be great with the other cats or with the other dogs. And he's ready to go anytime. He just needs his vaccinations and a microchip, and he can go to any good home.
Thanks, guys. Again, the cost of adoption is just $77, and that includes all their updated shots, sterilization, a microchip, and tests for diseases. If you would like one of these pets or want to see what else is available at the vet clinic, give them a call. We'll be right back.
What is that thing?
Looks like somebody's double chin. Must have lost it snacking on fruits and vegetables.
Somebody's gonna trip on that.
Once they've outgrown their toddler seat, they're still not ready for adult safety belts alone. 4'9" is the magic number. Until then, kids need a booster seat. Make sure your little pumpkin gets there safely. Visit boosterseat.gov.
Alone and crying, boom boom pow. Crying, pom pom pow. Crying, chaka chaka cha. Crying is always good.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
There we go.
The odds of a child being in a fatal automobile accident are 1 in 23,000. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 166. The odds say it's time to listen. To learn the signs of autism, visit autismspeaks.org.
The Armed Forces Parade was hosted by the city of Watertown last weekend. Streets were lined with those wanting to see all the floats, marching bands, and soldiers. The parade is the city's way of recognizing the dedication and sacrifice made by the military and their families. And with every parade, there are prizes for the best band, marching team, and float. Among the winners, 189 Cavalry Family Readiness Group took first place in the float category, and third went to the 2nd Brigade Special Troops Family Readiness Group. It's been a long time in the making. From clearing the land, moving the monument, laying bricks, and planting trees, it's the new Memorial Park, the backdrop of our Memorial Day observance. We at Drum TV would like to have you take a look back at how it was put together. You've been watching Drum TV. Tell us what's going on in your world so we can bring it to others. I'm Specialist Jacob Smathers.